Guys, I know, I really do. The gaming market is just filled with boomer shooters, but you know what? I don't care, give me more, because I just love all those old school shooters, like the one we are going to speak about right now. Let me introduce my next guest. His name is Jakub, and he's developer behind the game that was complimented by the legendary John Romero himself. I'm talking about Project Warlock II. Hi Kuba, how are you?
Yeah, hi. I'm pretty good, and how are you?
I have a very, very simple question to you. Why? Why did you decide to make boomer shooter?
Oh, that's the question which I love the most. Well, but it basically comes down all to the roots of my childhood, so to say. Since I was very small, my father played the first games like Doom, Wolfenstein, Quake, and I was like, small kid sitting and watching what's my father doing in front of his PC, and I really loved what I saw. I mean, I was very small at the time, and I probably couldn't even understand what was happening on the screen, but it caught my attention. And I remember that I played Doom for the first time when I was like, I'm not really sure, 3 or 5, somewhere around that. So I remember that feeling of being scared of walking with the character through the first room, and I could only hear the imps in the background doing some weird noises, and I was too scared to play. So that's the first thing that I do fondly remember from that time. And I gotta say, shooters is just my favorite genre. So I really love playing all kinds of shooters, from the oldest one to the newest ones. I really love Return to the Castle Wolfenstein, from these older games. I really love Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, Quake, that's obvious. But I also love playing modded Doom. So this is just basically my favorite genre, and it comes down also from my childhood, as I said before. My father played a lot of these games, so I got it from him, kind of. And that's the main reason why I also like making boomer shooters. I always wanted to do what gives me the most fun, and what could be more fun than making a boomer shooter when you love shooters, right? So that's what I'm doing.
And let's be honest, the competition is very big, so very huge. So how do you stand above them with Project Warlock 2?
Well, I gotta say, Realms Deep last year was pretty huge. There were a lot of titles that were announced, and that's very cool, right? Because we can see that the genre is thriving, and there's a lot of cool games out there which have a lot of potential. I'm really glad that it happens, because it really shows that it's not something old enough not to play right now. So I love the surge of the new players, that everybody is trying to relieve their so to say nostalgia through playing the retro boomer shooter titles, and I'm very happy with that. So when it comes to Project Warlock 2 and standing above the so to say the other games, well, I think that we do have our individual art style, which we settled on throughout the years with Project Warlock 1 and now with Project Warlock 2. This is something that we came up with and that David is designing. I gotta say, I am still working with the same artist that was working on the first Project Warlock, so that's why we are keeping this cohesive art style. And I think this is one of the biggest things that is special about Project Warlock. It looks, in my opinion, very different than other games, and we are trying to improve on that. So first Project Warlock had a color palette of only I'm not sure, 16 colors. It was a Commodore 64 color palette, but with Project Warlock 2 we decided to expand on that and to create our own palette, but still having the same art style and art direction as in Project Warlock 1, with comic styled edges, with colorful textures, and beautifully animated monsters and everything like that. So another thing that I think makes Project Warlock stand out is the animations of the monsters, because we do have a lot of animations for them. I think each monster has around 9 or 10 death animations, so you can slice them, you can cut their heads off, you can cut their legs off. Yeah, you can overkill them, you can freeze them. They even have burning animations, like in the old game called Blood. I'm not sure if I think a lot of people recognize this game.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It's also one of my favorites, and I just loved using the flare gun and lighting those zombies on fire and just watching them run around, or cultists. And this is exactly what we did in Project Warlock 2. So I would say the animations, the fluidity of the gameplay, the art style and art design of the game, I think these are the main features that sort of make our game stand out. So if you're interested in Project Warlock 2, make sure to follow me on Twitter. Make sure to join our Retro Vibe Discord server to keep up with the latest news. You can chat there with me. Make sure to check the game out on Steam, on GOG, on Epic Game Store, and make sure to have a look at it, because we are in early access right now, and we have the first episode available. And so we are coming up with more content really soon. So make sure to check us out.